Chapter 17, Being Born Again, August 29. No doubt a price is exacted from the personal man. An extraordinary demand is made upon the nervous organism, and so a counter-activity is helpful, perhaps necessary. But as even the personal man is much more than the physical body, the price goes deeper than the body. There is here a kind of dying proceeding in the midst of continued bodily existence. Doubtless it is but natural that the personal nature should dread all this, and, in a measure, grieve. For here we have the real meaning of the crucifixion. The personal life is centered upon the world field, though it is a doomed life in any case, since inevitably death reaps all here. Still, the personality never quite believes this and strives in its feebleness to will its continuance in the outer world, until in ripe old age it craves rest, even though it be at the price of extinction. But when this hour of tiredness has come, it is already too late to achieve the awakening in that body, for this awakening calls for a profound, though possibly subtle, virility. To die in the midst of virility, the mystic 33 years of age, is not easy. Jesus, now in the sense of the personal man, sweats the drops of blood drawn forth by the agony of Gethsemane. He shrank from the piercing of the crown of thorns and the nails of the cross. But all this is only one side of the shield. Beyond the seemingly forsaken man of this world is the glory of exaltation. He who realizes the obverse of the crucifixion of Jesus forgets the latter in the presence of that majestic glory which sheds a light so potent as to consume all darkness within its range. The Ail Eli Lama Sabachthani, seen from one side as my God, why hast thou forsaken me?" becomes my God, how greatly hast thou exalted me." A fire descends and consumes the personal man. For a time, short or long, this fire continues. The personal man is the fuel. The fuel, in greater or less measure, does suffer. But fire does not destroy, it simply transforms. This fact can be realized by an analysis of what takes place through the action of ordinary fire. If a log is burning, the fuel is principally, if not wholly, in the form of carbohydrates, and the fire transforms these into carbon dioxide and water vapor. There remains a small amount of ashes, the persistently earthly portion of the log. The carbohydrate in the log was a fixed form, partaking for a time of the earthy solidity of the mineral associates in the log. But as the carbohydrates become carbon dioxide and water vapor, they take on a new form in the freer world of the air. So too does the fire which descends and consumes the personal man, but transforms him. Only the ash of the personal nature is left behind, while the rest, the best of the personality, is taken up to be the conscious in the airy spaces. The ultimate state is one of a far, far greater joy. It is possible for the man passing through the ordeal so to shift his center of self-identity that the pain, instead of being strong, becomes but a shadowy undertone of a melody that is all joy. He who identifies himself with the fuel predominantly suffers much and keenly, but if, on the other hand, he unites himself with the fire, all is changed. The flame of the fire is a dance of joy. There is no pain on this level of consciousness. The transforming man does not then wait until after the burning to know the joy, but it feels it through and through while in the midst of the ordeal, which now has completely ceased to be an ordeal at all. In the days immediately following the transition, I clearly felt the fire, and because I did identify myself mostly with this fire, those were grand days, despite the fact that there were brief periods of reaction when life seemed low in the physical body, and it was difficult to assert the will to live. But now these periods of reaction are growing less, both in that they are shorter in duration and are less intense. Also, I do employ more judgment in invoking the current which is bliss. There exists a throttle, command which gives to man the power to control this current. It is but a due exercise of wisdom so to adjust the flow of current that its action is balanced to meet the strength of the personal man. In the old days when I read of this fire, I supposed that it had but a figurative meaning. But while the fire is figurative, in a sense, yet it is also a quite real and even a sensuously felt and manifested fact. Not only have I felt this fire, but it has been induced in those who live near me. They report feeling it as genuinely as the heat of the sun, and manifest some of the effects of the sun's heat as it acts upon the human body. The inner fire does reach down to the outermost of the man. This does imply that, looked at aright, the metaphysical is not utterly divorced from the physical.